Let's get some hands together, gang, for Gideon AI.
Alright, so we've got yet another variant of the classic Relentless Raider Wisp Mother combo. It's got not only those two, but also the close call, so just in case you don't draw all three Relentless Raiders. Super high threat density. We've got the Stormcloak Vanguard as just a really crappy Nord Firebrand. We've got Sylvanar Trackers because they're awesome. We've got Winter's Grasp because it's awesome. We've got the Corsair ship, Northwind Outpost stuff, a bunch of really cheap control tools and magic could cost, not necessarily just the rarity, but stay tuned and you'll get to see them all in action. All right, first game up against a Sorcerer. Now, this deck has a really bad matchup against Midrange. So basically, we're crossing our fingers that he is some kind of control. Winter's Grasp is a really great keep, just ditching everything else because you really want stuff that's just going to be played early. You don't want stuff that's going to be played late unless it's Relentless Raiders and Wisp Mothers. Those are the two most powerful cards in the deck, individually. That's not to say that the Factotums, depending on the draw, he could win or lose this one. So the only real question here is whether to play the Spider Worker on the left so that we can kind of tempt him into using as a 0-1 guard, but we like keeping those around just in case. Looks like he's on a little bit of a slower game plan instead of like the aggressive prophecy neutral type stuff. So that's probably good for us. We sure have a lot of cycle in our hand. There's a Wisp Mother, single Relentless Raider, looking good so far. Got the Winter's Grasp in hand. That's just a great option.
My arrows shall fly true.
Just making sure he can't buff it up with the with that 2/1 4-cost 2/1. Gosh, I always forget what it's called. Mundus Stone, definitely a slower deck. Exactly what we can prey on. Of course, we always swing in here. Well, first we're going to do the rapid shots, just in case. Second Relentless Raider. Another Sharpshooter Scout, so we can finish that off too, denying again the 4 drop that buffs neutrals. Well, really anything that buffs neutrals. But always making sure to get the chip damage in there. He is getting his Factotums rolling, which is a little bit scary though. Because if we don't draw the rest of our combo, then we can be in a lot of heat. But it doesn't look like we're really going to be looking for too many Firebrand related things. We could go for the Spider Worker right here. That would be very interesting. But Corsair ship it is. The token that he spawns is not bad either. But the other two items, they're just not very attractive to us right now. We really want to just last out until turn 10 because we have the full combo in hand. Oh my gosh, we have the full combo in hand. We've got close call. Anyway, we basically just want to last until turn 10 because that is the amount of magic it's going to cost to play this whole thing out. So we play the Corsair on the left because on the right he's not going to do much. We're really just giving him that lane. We've got the Winter's Grasp in hand. We don't really care a whole lot about what he's going to do with that. At this point, we just want to slow him down, and part of the way we can do that is by making him very scared. If he takes the time to answer our threats. Shrieking Harpy is very good against any surprise 8/8s coming down out of nowhere in case he just cycles into a couple of neutrals, but let's hope that doesn't happen. We're going to hang on to that Shrieking Harpy anyway, though. 3/6s aren't very threatening. No runes popped. That's fine. We just need 2 more turns, and we got to make sure that we've got a guy on board, because we have 0 Firebrands at the moment. So, saving the Sharpshooter Scout so that we can always have that option for the next turn, just in case. Fabricate is it counts as a neutral draw, so he's going to get that 8/8, and it's going to roll Drain. He is going on the aggressive. Probably looking to 2-turn kill us if he went for a high cost with the Fabricate. Well, Small one. Gets charge. Doesn't make a huge difference. But depending on what else... Yeah, okay. Not that many Dwemer on board, though. Still, though, now he does have 2 guards in each lane. That is one way this entire lethal can come to a grinding halt. However, we still have Winter's Grasp. So it looks like it's going to be fairly easy, just kind of slow down the game here. But with the raiding party, we can clear it this turn. Heck, if we really want to. Sharpshooter scout. Make sure, just in case, that we can make through on through the guard. Just in case. You can never be too sure. And he probably has no idea that we're actually packing the Wisp Mother combo. He might have gotten tipped off to that because of our holding back from knocking him down past 26. But here we go. Easy overkill by quite a bit. Not even gonna bother calculating that. Now something that could stop us right in our tracks right here is the Dreg, however you're supposed to pronounce that, which heals. He could hit up to 3 of those easily in a neutral focus deck, but it does appear that he's not entirely neutral, not mono-neutral, which lowers the odds of that happening. Gets a guard, but yeah, without that heal, then that's just it. And there it is. Here we are up against a warrior. We're always going to assume some kind of aggro or mid-range in the mulligan. But you never know, sometimes you might run into those hipsters doing the miracle stuff. But here we go. This is a pretty easy mulligan. Spider workers are pretty useless in the early turns. I mean, sure, it's a cycle, but if you got a mulligan, that's basically a cycle. Honestly. Stormcloak Vanguard, really hate to see that in the opening hand. I mean, it's just such a terrible card. But it's just so kind of necessary that it still makes the cut. Here we go. Playing Orc Clan Captain on turn 2 with nothing to buff can suggest orcs. We've got Northwind Outpost in the hand though, so we could have played the other guy first, but he could have just pinged him down. If he's desperate for plays, he might have played the Stone Shard Orc. Here it is. He is kind of desperate for plays, playing a 2-drop on 3. And we get a pretty easy... It's unfortunate that we wasted the ring charge there, but yeah, we've got to have something to contest his big guys. So we drop our big guy, and we hope that he does not have Stone Throw. Well, actually, Stone Throw wouldn't kill that guy because he has 6 attack. That's useful. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. There we go. Nice prophecy. So we can either choose to slow him down on the aggression or try to get another card out of him. Which we decided to do the former because he's probably going to be hitting us in the face quite a bit here. We have a lot of options of clearing, but Corsair Ship gives us the most long-term value instead of dropping down the Orc Clan Captain or something like that. And the Merchant's Camel. Even though that would allow us to dig into our deck a little bit deeper and spend our magicka potentially a little bit more efficiently. This is a pretty slow play from him on turn 6, and that is exactly what we need. Slow plays all around. Can't really do much with this Corsair though. Don't really have any control in the hand, but we can ooh, yes. Love discarding the unnecessary prophecies. So we can ring out the raiding party or not, because we don't really have a lot of the combo pieces in hand yet. We're not really getting that close. And it's always nice to have a ring charge around. We're only blowing 2 magic anyway. trying to protect his Militant Chieftain, which makes sense, but he knows our deck. We probably have some kind of answer to it. Are we going to spend that answer to it, though? Seems to make sense. That's probably just going to get Stone Shard Orc, the Orc Clan Captain. It does lower our combo potential, but considering the circumstances, I'd rather have a Firebrand than an Orc Clan Captain.
One shot. Make it good.
There's the Stone Shard Orc. They always have it, don't they? There's a Relentless Raider. And remember, even without the combo, we still have a pretty solid 1-cost deal 5 damage, assuming the opponent is at full health. Now, with the Chieftain's Banner, we're basically never killing another Orc again. So, we just need to outlast this guy. And we saved our ring charges. We can use that Witch's Grasp. And try and keep all our guys on the board, because even though this is an OTK deck, and it's technically cheating if you have some guys on the board, I'm fine with cheating if it makes me win the game. Going against the Code of Honor and all that. Earthbone Spinner, definitely going very hard on the control. He's probably smelling some kind of big damage burst, but I bet he did not expect it would come in this form of the 6 strength Sylvanar Tracker, giving us a lethal option. Honestly, clearing wasn't really an option there either, because they have so much health, all those orcs. And you never know if they have those Wood Orc Headhunters. Those guys are really, really painful to try and play around. And he runs Battle Rage Orcs, so he probably could have easily lethal at the next turn, even if we had cleared a little bit. And there it is, 30 damage from the hand. Without WispRaiders, here we go. Up against an Assassin. Rank 10, you never really know what Assassin's going to be. Keeping a Firebolt would be mature, in case the Goblin Skulk comes out with the ring, but we're not mature, are we? So, we're just going to wing it. We always want our combo pieces anyway, and there's not a whole lot they can do with the curses. Unless it's one of those aggressive Goblin variants, which would probably have had a play on turn 1 with the ring. Here we go. Elder Gleam Matron. Maybe one of those mid-range types. Probably some kind of mid-range. Just playing everything on curve. Candlehearth Brawler contests the Elder Gleam Matron decently. Pack leader is super irritating. Super duper irritating. But hopefully he doesn't have a curse in hand. Drain Vitality. Same thing basically. Yeah, that's pretty scary. But we do have a lot of Firebrands. Now all we need to do is draw into the buffers, because you can spit out as many Wisp Mother duplicates of Firebrands as you want, but if they're only dealing 1 damage a pop, then you're not doing a whole lot. And because he's already got 6 power on board, and he probably has triple Lightning Bolts and triple Cliff Racers, we're not really interested in risking a whole lot, so we're just gonna rapid shot the 3-1, even though it's really inefficient and we really need the buffs very badly. There's a Relentless Raider, but we're almost dead. This is looking pretty nasty. Close Call is really good to see here, considering next turn is turn 7. But it is really scary leaving all that crap up there. Close Call seems to make the most amount of sense here, but and making that trade right there is very safe, because he now probably can't reach us. And we get a Shrieking Harpy. That's awfully nice to see.
I'm feeling lucky. You're too kind.
Very useful play, but the question is, what do we shackle? Because we could shackle the big pack leader, and then we'd be denying the next turn of 4 damage. It's probably not that worth it though, because we are getting very low in health, and killing the pack leader would be essential to slowing down incoming damage. So probable misplay. More elusive schemers. It's kind of a greedy mid-range kind of look. Shrieking Harpy on the Shrieking Harpy.
Move in shadow.
And he had a curse. So now we can't really do that much. This is a really bad situation. So we resort to the last resort, which is Wisp Mother Firebrand into a clear, and we're going to hope that our opponent doesn't clear our Wisp Mother, because that would probably enable lethal next turn. Probably. And leaving up 4 damage on the board is really pretty scary, so we're going to play one last Nord Firebrand. Just to shore up the odds of a Cliff Racer or a Lightning Bolt lethal. 2 of the most common ways to die by surprise from the Assassin. Thank goodness he does not have access to 8 Magicka. Because, yep, there's a Cliff Racer. Yeah, I bet you anything he's holding some kind of Lightning Bolt there. Shrieking Harpy. Wow. So he did not remove the Wisp Mother, and we just drew into the Relentless Raider combo with the close call. And we have 8 Magicka to spend. So this is what happens if you do not remove the Wisp Mother. Always remove the Wisp Mother. Actually, we probably should have put the Wisp Mother on the right lane, just in case he had a Cliff Racer and another kind of curse effect, because then he might have been a little bit more careful. Just a little bit, considering what kind of deck he saw we had. Always remember to sacrifice to make room. Always plan those in advance. Sometimes it's very easy to forget. That was actually part of the reason I played the Wisp Mother on the left lane first, is because all my creatures were there. Here we go. Cross your fingers and hope that Lightning Bolt is not in the top 5 cards. It is very often that these kinds of decks win the game with less than 4 health. OTK decks, that is. Then again, it kind of makes sense when you consider you get those 5 draws if you can bait them into taking you down that level. And drawing 5 cards for free is, well, free in terms of Magicka. Anywho. And there you have it. There's not a whole lot of relevancy in going over a full, in-depth post-analysis due to the new expansion that's going to be hitting in about 2 weeks or so. But I will be looking at expanding this deck, of course, with new expansion cards and perhaps a tricolor variant. And the only 3-color combo that includes both strength and intelligence for the Wisp Mother and the Relentless Raiders is House Dagoth, including agility alongside those 2, which could be very interesting, but we don't even know what the rest of the 130-something odd cards are going to be in the expansion. It's gonna be crazy. But I will definitely be interested in expanding this deck into the new meta. Anyway, until next time, go crazy.